And there's multiple reasons why I'm excited about this, because I've been a fan of her company for a long time. I've been using her product. I'm pretty certain I'm still sending her an invoice every month. And it is, in terms of the growth of this business, really a spectacular journey that they've been on. It's remarkable for a number of reasons, which I'm sure we're going to see and hear from in a minute. So everyone, please put your hands together for Liselot Poppink from Elastic.
Thank you, everybody. Can you hear me? I will be standing here because I'm not that tall. Okay, I was almost not here in time. We had a nice dinner yesterday evening, and we were already saying, there's always something that happens, right? And it happened to me today. So my car didn't start. My husband wasn't there. I always work from home. So I thought, okay, how am I going to do that? I didn't think of Uber, but there was a friend who brought me here. So I was in time. But that's really stressful, right? So let me first, I need to look at the slides, sorry. So,
The size, you have to put it on, I think.
Oh, sorry. Oh. Yes, sorry. So, my name is Liselot Poppink, and I am Consulting Director at Elastic for EMEA. So that's Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And I'm very pleased to be here and also see so many people, and also a lot of women in the room. That's always good. In my profession, most of the times I'm the only woman. And I want to guide you through our candidate journey and how important that is for us to be successful, even the ones that we reject. And let me give you one number. Last fiscal year, and we have a very strange fiscal year, it's from May 2018 to April 2019, we started that year with 500 people. So let me give you some numbers. We had a total of 150,000 applicants last year. That's amazing, right? And why is this so important for us? These applicants are part of our user community. That means that they use our products. It's open source, they just go to the website and they download it. So our user community exists out of users and customers. They're enthusiastic about our products. They go to meetups, they go to our external events like ElasticOn, and they meet support and my consultants on site. So they know the products, they know the culture, and they know who we are, and they want to be part of that success. We rejected 149,340 applicants. That's an amazing number, right? If you think about it. We only were starting with 500 people. It doesn't mean that all these 149,000 people were not good enough. They were, but we only had a few slots, right? So we hired, we can do the math, 660 people. So we doubled that financial year. We doubled into 1,200 people. And now we are already 2,000 people worldwide. Amazing, right? So this is me in San Francisco at the Golden Gate Bridge, one day before my onboarding week, the second week of September in 2018. Very happy here. The week was with 130 new people. We got introduction to the products, to the company, to the leadership team, and to the culture. So that was a great opportunity. My background is I studied computer science, one of the 5 females, and I have more than 35 experience in IT, and I started as a software developer, and I really liked it. It's a great job. It's very creative. But the last 20 years of my career, I went into leadership roles, and I also liked that a lot. And as a leader, you are a hiring manager, so you have a lot to do with recruitment, right? And I worked for small companies, my own company, and for corporates, and I never had a recruitment team. I always did everything myself. We didn't hire so many people. But I'm very privileged at Elastic because I have my own recruitment team. Each director has. So that means that these people are part of the company. They're part of my team. They know what we have to achieve, what our goals are. And they know the culture. They know what the hard and the soft skills need to be. So this is the first tip for you. It's really important that you have a team that is aligned. Yeah? How often, as a technical person, as a developer, I had to deal with recruiters that didn't have any notion of the technology. And you already say, no, I don't want to work for that company, right? But let me introduce you to the nice Elastic. So maybe you have seen them before. These are the 4 founders. From left to right, Simon, Steven Schuurmans, and Steven is the only Dutch guy. Then we have Yuri and Shai Bennett. And Shai is currently our CEO. And the story starts there. His wife is a chef, and she was looking for recipes and ingredients, and it didn't work. And then at the night he said, I'm a software developer, I can help you. I will write some software for you. Search. So he wrote a search program. And he also shared that with his network. So the open source code was already there. The network used it, and they loved it, and they came with new feature requests. So at a certain time, it became very serious, and he thought, what are my next steps? The other 3 guys already worked together, and they were also thinking, and they were also in IT, how to be professional and make profit in a data era, because it's all about data. And they met. They met each other, and 7 years ago, the company was founded in Amsterdam. Yes, a Dutch company, guys. So we went public last year on the New York Stock Exchange. So it's really amazing. I didn't know the company. I'm already 35 years in IT. I never heard of the company before. Isn't that strange? But what do? We are a search company, so you really need to look at the sharks. You really need to look at our software. We can do a lot with your data. So maybe I'll find one customer here. No, kidding. But yeah, so we are a search company, open source. That means that you can just go to our website and you download the software. We are not famous yet as a brand, but we are behind very famous brands like Uber, LinkedIn, Tinder, eBay, and a lot of recruitment platforms. So let me give the example of Uber. We all use it, right? So you search for a driver, and the driver says, okay, finds the driver closest to where you are, where you want to go. And that is Elasticsearch. It's searching real time, very fast, and makes the match list. So my own candidate experience. Of course, I have been an applicant a lot in my life. As a software developer, I never applied. Companies came to me and they said, please, can you work for us? That was really an amazing time. But when I started into leadership roles, female, in a male-dominated environment, it was not that easy. After the crisis in 2008, it was really, really difficult to find a good role. But stubborn as I was, I always went that bumpy road. I had so much self-confidence. So I applied on a lot of roles, yeah. And it was not that easy. I was rejected immediately sometimes without a reason, or with a reason I thought, okay, you did not read my CV, yeah. Or I went the whole path, and after 6 months they said, you're too expensive, sorry. Or we choose the man, and that was often the case. So I thought, okay, let me learn from this. I have built up my LinkedIn network. I have a lot of connections. Let me use that. So I started doing a LinkedIn learning training on understanding recruiters. Isn't that amazing? And I understood how they work. And what I did is I only looked at jobs where someone in my network worked. Because they know me, they know what I'm worth, and what I can do for that company. So this is when I saw the job posting. Can you read it? The job posting at a LinkedIn about Elastic. So I grayed everything out because I don't want you to read everything. This is only a part of the job posting. And I highlighted the things that attracted me the most. Yeah? It's a distributed company. So that means that people from the whole world work from home, work from anywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. Elastic is the type of company where you can balance great work and life. So that means work-life balance is important, right? Competitive pay based on the work. also important. I have always been a minority, and not anymore, but I have been paid less than a man in the same role. Isn't that terrible? 1 week of volunteer time. So they want to give back to community. And of course, the last one, look at me. Your age is only a number. And I often had a feeling that I didn't get the job because they thought I was too old. But it's about what you come and bring, not about your age. Young people can have so much to bring, but the same for older people, right? So when I saw this, I thought, yes, this is it. This is spot on. I contacted my friend at Elastic and I said, I don't know Elastic. Can you tell me a little bit about it? And he told me, and I got more enthusiastic all the time. And I said, can you refer me? And he did. So it's not that you get the job, you just are in the process. And it was a long, long process. Very slow, to be honest. I had 10 interviews, all through Zoom video, so I didn't see the people in person. I never knew when the next step was there. It was unstructured, but I liked it because I got to know a lot of people and it was really interesting. And this is me when I got the job. I was on holiday in August and I was having dinner and they just called me, you got the job. We think that you are the one that is going to make it, you will speed up very fast. So I was happy, and I still am happy. It was a great, great adventure. So, let me get back. So what is important here is that I see a lot of job postings, and a lot of them are so boring. I mean, they're only specifying what you have to do and what you already are, right? But no, a lot of companies don't give something about their culture, about their heart. People nowadays want to know, what am I stepping into? Do I recognize myself in it? Yeah. So it's so important that you give something of your culture. So then the source code. As I said, a lot of applicants are part of our user community. So they know us already. And they see this huge, good culture. And that is our source code. Programmer, source code, culture. It's nice. So I want to share a few with you. So humble and ambitious. We're not arrogant. Most of the people are really nice people. Home for dinner. So that means that you can organize your work around your life. Yeah, and that's really good. If you have to go to the school for a school musical, or you have to go to swimming lessons, or you have to bring a friend to the hospital or whatever, you can plan that. Yeah. And this one is also very important. We have different cultures, different time zones, different languages, religion. I will do it like this, sorry. Religion. And we talk through Slack. Zoom, email, the wiki, the Google. But it is often possible that it's lost in translation. And that's a pity, of course. So we don't assume malice. That's a very important thing in our culture. And then the last one, as you are. It doesn't matter how you look, what gender you have, how you are dressed, as long as you have value to the company. Isn't that beautiful? So, the candidate experiences at Elastic. We used Greenhouse as a recruitment platform, and I think you know it, yeah? So all these 150,000 applicants are in Greenhouse. And the whole journey is in there. Yeah? So we prepare the people that are in the interview process. They see the resume, the LinkedIn profile, the notes for the next step, and they know, and at the end of the interview, they fill in a scorecard. And that scorecard, at the end, you can say definitely not, no, no opinion, yes, or strong yes. And the recruiter and the hiring manager are really looking into that and evaluating all the scorecards. So this is the positive experience, right? So a clear process, communicative, quick response, effective, timely, friendly, fast, smooth. So these are all things we got back from our surveys that each candidate gets at the end of their journey. Whether you're hired or rejected, we ask everybody to fill that in. And we try to do something with it to improve our surveys. And it's important that the things that you do well, you should keep on doing well. Yeah? But I also filled in a survey. And my comment was, I really enjoyed it. It was very positive, but very long. Not a long time in between the interviews, unstructured. I didn't know when the next step was or what the next step was. So yeah, we really listened to that, to all the feedback. So let me guide you through some of the examples. Long process, as I mentioned. Slow. No preparation. No feedback. Irrelevant. Poor communication. Not timely. So what did we do with this? We, of course, we can search in all our data. I'm not saying that we use it all the time, that's always the same, of course. But yeah, so what did we do? We changed the 10 unstructured interviews that I experienced. We changed that in 5 structured interviews. So that means that every interview we address something else, yeah, and we have other people in the process. They're prepared. They get the CV through Greenhouse, they get the LinkedIn profile, and they get also what we are going to address at that step. Yeah? So for example, for consulting, the first step is the recruiter. The next step is me as a manager. The third step is a panel, where the candidate is getting a use case, where he represents Elastic, and we are the customer. And that is a really nice step. Then the fourth is leadership. So talk to one of the leadership team. And the fifth step is visiting an office in EMEA. Most of the times it's the beautiful office in Amsterdam on the Keizersgracht. And the offer. So we really changed it from 10 into 5. The process goes faster and it's structured. Yeah? And we prepare. Everybody is prepared. The other thing that we changed is that we were able to see all the scorecards, so you could see what another person said about a candidate. We changed that. Only the hiring manager and the recruiter can see it, so that means that we don't want people to be biased. Yeah? The communication. So during the process, the recruiter already starts to explains what the steps are, yeah, and what to expect. And during the process, they get a lot of communication. And we're trying also to automate that. And at the end, of course, the survey. And what we ask the people that are rejected, they can pick a slot with us that we give them feedback. We have a half an hour where we really go through the scorecards with them and tell them why we didn't pick them. And sometimes they were really good, but there was somebody else who matched a little bit better. And what we try to do, as we have Greenhouse, we also look at maybe this candidate could have another position. Engineering, or support, or sales, right? Diversity is also very important for us. So that means we always try the candidate to recognize him or herself. Yeah? So if there is a female, we try to have more females in the panel. Not only, of course. And if we have somebody, a colored person, then we also try to have not only a white panel, right? We really try to have it really diverse. And then the Elastic's evolution from fiscal 18-19 to now. So the candidate experience is #1 for us. We spend a lot of time on that because we have so high volume of applicants and it's even getting more and more now we are public. We are changing our mindset, time to fill it. This is specifically for the engineers. We have such great talent outside. And if we are not quick, they're gone. So we have to be very quick. And then the last one, we want everybody in our journey to refer us, talk about us at the coffee, at the dinner, whatever. Use our products. Yeah? So this is so important. And this is a question from the survey. And how likely is that you recommend Elastic to a friend or a colleague. So I think this is pretty amazing, right? So only 5% is a detractor, and almost 53% is a promoter, and in the middle, 42%. So that is our task, to get them into promoters. But I think if you look at 150,000 applicants, then this is a great achievement, right? This was the end of my presentation, so I think I gave you some insights in how we do the candidate journey and how important that is for us. Yeah. Any questions?
For Liselot Poppink.